Where does true peace come from? In Buddhist teachings, one of the key gateways to inner peace is understanding the nature of the mind. The human mind is often compared to a restless monkey, constantly leaping from branch to branch, never staying still. In daily life, this is easy to observe. The moment we sit quietly, the mind is immediately swept away by countless thoughts, about work, money, relationships, or even trivial memories. This endless stream of thinking makes us tense, anxious, and disconnected from stillness. Yet, instead of blaming ourselves or trying to force the mind into silence, the first essential step is to accept that this restlessness is simply the natural quality of the mind. The key does not lie in shutting the mind down, but in the ability to observe it objectively. Practicing mindfulness and meditation are effective methods to cultivate this skill. When we sit in stillness, following the breath, we begin to notice thought patterns. Each time a thought arises, instead of being carried away, we simply observe it, like a drifting cloud in the sky. Over time, practice helps us realize that we are not our thoughts. They are merely phenomena that come and go, without essence. By building the habit of observing instead of reacting, we open up inner space where peace can naturally arise. This is the first step on the journey back to stillness and serenity from within. In modern society, both mental and physical energy are precious resources, yet they are often consumed unconsciously. Many times, we feel tired, stressed, and drained without knowing why. In truth, this often stems from energy leaks in daily life, arising from people, environments, or our own negative habits. Frequent interaction with those who complain, criticize, or create conflict can make us absorb negative energy. Noisy, stressful environments, or overuse of social media and pessimistic news also weigh heavily on the mind. Buddhism teaches that to cultivate peace, we must learn to set boundaries and actively protect our energy. This may begin with small actions, learning to say no to unhealthy relationships, taking time to rest, caring for ourselves, or creating personal space for mental relaxation. Even reducing electronic device use and stepping back from stressful information sources can already bring relief. Along with eliminating energy-draining factors, we must also learn to recharge through soul-nourishing activities, meditation, yoga, walking in nature, or simply conversing with positive people. When we actively care for our energy, we not only maintain mental balance but also build a strong foundation for lasting peace. The mind holds immense power in shaping our emotions, behaviors, and worldview. Yet most of us remain trapped in cycles of negative thought without realizing it. These habits resemble neural pathways carved over time, causing us to react automatically to difficulties. For example, when faced with obstacles, many instantly imagine the worst-case scenario or blame themselves instead of calmly seeking solutions. Such patterns reinforce fear and anxiety, pulling us further from serenity. The fortunate truth is that the brain can change through training. Buddhism teaches that suffering does not arise from circumstances themselves, but from clinging to thoughts and emotions. When we identify ourselves with worry or judgment, we unknowingly surrender control of our emotions. But through mindfulness, we can create space between the thought and the observer of thought. A helpful method is noting, labeling thoughts as they arise, such as worry, imagination, or judgment. This allows recognition without entanglement. When we observe instead of identifying, the power of thought gradually dissolves. Over time, the cycle of negativity is broken, and new pathways, clearer and more positive, are formed. With steady practice, we learn to see thoughts as clouds drifting across the sky, coming and going without need to grasp or resist. This is the path that frees us from stress, opening the way to lasting stillness. In life, people often resist what is unpleasant, disappointing, or painful. We try to control, change, or escape unwanted situations. Yet this resistance only doubles our suffering. Once something has happened, anger or resentment cannot erase it. Rejecting reality merely exhausts the mind and drains energy. Buddhism points out that the root of suffering does not lie in circumstances, but in attachment and denial of reality. When we cling to the past or fear the future, we drift away from the present moment, the only place we truly exist. Acceptance is not surrender, but facing reality with equanimity. In that moment, we are no longer victims of circumstance, but mindful observers capable of wise response. Acceptance also leads to letting go. When we no longer force events to unfold our way, we free ourselves from expectations and disappointments. In doing so, we find peace even amidst turbulence. Like a river that flows, when we stop resisting, we can drift along with ease. Letting go is not loss, but the restoration of inner freedom. Practicing acceptance in each moment teaches us to smile at what arrives, and gently allow what must leave to go. Peace lies not in holding, but in releasing and living fully in the present. Living in the present is a profound lesson long emphasized by Buddhism and Eastern philosophy. Humans are often caught in memories and worries, regretting the past or fearing the future, rarely dwelling in the moment unfolding now. When the mind wanders, we resemble aimless travelers, losing the ability to enjoy the simple yet precious things before us. Living in the present does not mean forgetting the past or ignoring the future. We still learn from the past and plan for the future, but we do not let them consume our minds. Practicing presence means returning fully to the breath, each step, each ordinary action. Whether sipping a glass of water or washing a dish, we can still feel peace radiating. When living in the present, we touch the deepest self. Happiness does not lie in gaining more, but in fully experiencing what already is. Presence removes the veil of illusion, allowing us to reach pure truth. We become our true selves, not defined by success or failure, not bound by memory or fear. The journey back to ourselves begins with pausing, breathing, and dwelling in the now. In that moment, each instant becomes a gift, where we discover profound stillness containing true freedom and joy. Letting go does not mean giving up or neglecting, but freeing ourselves from the psychological burdens that bind us. Many suffer their whole lives simply because they cannot release the past, a hurtful word, a failure, a broken relationship, or an unfinished dream. The tighter we cling, the more we imprison ourselves in pain. Like someone gripping hot coal, the tighter the grip, the deeper the burn. Only by releasing can the hand be free. Letting go is an act of wisdom. It does not mean forgetting, but facing truth, accepting it, and moving on lightly. When we let go, the mind clears, no longer controlled by hatred, regret, or fear. Positive energy emerges, allowing us to feel inner freedom. More importantly, letting go opens the door to self-love. We no longer punish ourselves for past mistakes or unfulfilled expectations. Instead, we learn to embrace imperfection as an inevitable part of life. From this compassion, kindness and understanding grow, helping us live in greater harmony with others. The power of letting go is the key to inner freedom. When not bound by the past nor haunted by the future, we can live fully in the present, with a tranquil mind and an open heart. Humans often get lost in the cycles of past and future. We mourn what has been lost, suffer from old wounds, or worry about what has yet to come. Yet all of this is merely illusion of the mind. The past is gone. The future has not arrived, only the present is here. Paradoxically, the present is what we overlook most. When returning to this very moment, we touch the essence of life. It may be a deep breath, a warm cup of tea in the morning, or sunlight streaming through the window. Such small things contain wonder, enough to fill the heart. Living in the present does not mean ceasing to dream, but placing full attention on what we are doing, without letting the mind be entangled in what is beyond control. Practicing presence also helps us master emotions. Instead of reacting impulsively to harsh words, we pause, breathe, and observe within. That moment restores equanimity, preventing us from being swept away by anger or fear. This is the root of freedom, no longer victims of circumstance, but masters of ourselves. When the present becomes our dwelling place, we feel life in every instant. We realize we are truly living, not merely existing. From such fullness of presence, deep joy, lasting peace, and genuine love for life naturally blossom. On life's journey, many wear masks to be accepted, to please others, or to meet social expectations. We smile when unhappy, nod when we disagree, and hide pain to appear strong. Yet the more we do so, the further we drift from our true essence, the whole, pure, and free self within. Eventually, we feel weary, empty, as if living a life that is not our own. Finding our authentic self is the process of peeling away each mask. This is not about becoming someone else, but returning to who we have always been, merely hidden beneath fear, judgment, and imposed expectations. When we dare to face and accept both the light and the shadows within, we realize we do not need perfection to be worthy of love. Living authentically means living consistently, where thought, speech, and action align as one. When we live true to ourselves, we become strong enough to refuse what does not serve us, release toxic relationships, and choose paths reflecting our deepest values. This not only brings freedom but also immense inner strength. No longer bound by others' opinions, we stand firmly on our own foundation. In that authenticity, we discover enduring peace. Without comparison, without the need to prove, we simply live, full-heartedly, naturally, and sincerely. And that is true happiness, to be ourselves, in every breath of life.
Thank you for watching until the end of the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel to watch more interesting videos.